Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So I was waiting around for UPS to come because I ended up getting some molds that I can make bases for my plant pot. So that's going to be coming up on the next video. Excuse me. But I figured I'd come in and play with some jewelry. I haven't really played with some jewelry in a while. And I ended up making this bracelet right here. Just put it on my wrist so you can see. So it's really cute. And I was like, oh, well, can I make a ring to match? Now, I did just order a bracelet mandrel because, as you can see, I wasn't able to keep my wires like completely together on this one. This one, I did a little bit better, but I also made a different design on this one. So I thought that was kind of cute. So then I made this ring. So we're gonna make another one. This is a size 6. And it's really easy if you guys are just starting out. I've got 3 things of wire, so it makes a nice wide band. So we're gonna make this today. So you're gonna need your mandrel. You're gonna need, I ended up using flat nose and bent nose pliers, but whatever, pliers that you need, because it's not a lot for this. And you're gonna need some wire. I'm using 18 gauge stainless steel. I don't use the cheap wire because it tarnishes. And, it's like, I don't want to sell something that somebody's going to wear 3 times. And if they wash their hands, they're not going to be able to wear it anymore. So I'm going to take about, let me see here. Let me just get some, well, as I poke myself in the eyeball here. I'm just going to get some wire straightened. All right, so we're going to do the 12, let me see, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, So 16 inches, roughly. Okay. So I started this on a size 7 to end up with a size 6. Because once you put your wraps in, you're going to lose some of the size. So I'm going to start with, let's see. Yeah, we'll probably do, all right, let's start with an 8. We'll see how that goes. And then I'm just going to wrap it around. Keeping my wires on the same side. So we have 3 wires in the back. And I am going to try to pull them snug. You want to try to keep your band pieces together as much as you can. All right. And then we're going to kind of start bending these around till we get it kind of in this position. And then I'm going to take my pliers and I'm going to squeeze that so it's closed in. See how that one's closed in, this one's still open? So I'm just going to take this and just kind of squeeze. And the tighter you can get it around here, the better the scent is gonna be. So, and then kind of holding it, I'm gonna squeeze my bands back together here. And I'm gonna flatten that down. All right. And we can squeeze these together once we start beating on it with our hammer. So I'm just gonna slowly start bringing these around. And I'm just gonna flatten it because I want that center to be flat. And then I'm just gonna kind of keep pulling. And this wire is much stiffer than like regular, the cheaper wire, you know, the coated, the copper coated. So it's a little bit more difficult, but if you guys are using the coated stuff, you shouldn't have any problems at all. All right, so right now we are at a size 9. So once we start making our wraps, we're gonna lose some of this size. Just trying to keep those as close as I can. And you can, I mean, you can make this whatever size you want. So I'm just making sure that that is staying nice and flat. All right, do I want to go one more time? Yeah, I'm going to go around one more time. I'll make this one a little bit bigger. All right. Just going to kind of pound that out a little bit. And then we're going to take it off the ring mandrel. And I kind of start going around and then shoot it inside the band. Because I want it to lay flat, but I also want to keep my wires on my band straight. And I'm just gonna squeeze that down. So that it's snug. And then we can take our other ones, our bent nose or your regular, you know, needle nose ply, whatever works. And like I said, my wire is way tougher to work with than the cheap stuff. And I also just ordered some 14 gauge stainless steel wire, so that should be interesting. Hopefully I can even maneuver it. All right, now I got to get this wire so it's beside the other wire. It's wanting to sit on top. So I'm just gonna slowly squeeze this down. All right, where's my flat nose? So sometimes the flat nose, I can work them better. I don't know why. Maybe because it's my wire is so much more rigid. All right, we're gonna make one more pass underneath here. And of course, the more you put bends in this wire, the stronger it becomes because it starts to work harden. So it's very very stiff. I'm just trying to get them squeezed together. And I'm taking it from the back side and squeezing it over. All right. And I'm just gonna straighten that out just a little bit. All right, I'm gonna do the other side. I might have enough to do another complete wrap, but I wanna get this side kind of started. So I'm gonna bend that so it's heading to the back. And hopefully you can see all right, guys. And I'm just gonna get this pulled through here. And if your wire lifts, just take your pliers and flatten it back down. Because I had stopped making jewelry for a little while because my hands were so broken out. All right, let me just try and get a squeeze on that. There we go. Keeping that band straight. See, and once you can squeeze it down, then it holds that band closed. So we're going to run that through one more time. I'm just going to kind of keep pushing to, and then we can squeeze that down. All right, so we've got 2 on each side, so we can definitely do a third wrap here. So it just depends on like how much wire you have. So I'm just slowly trying to pull that through. There we go. And then I'm gonna squeeze my wires together underneath. And then I'm gonna cut this top piece. So I'm gonna feed that through one more time because I have less wire on this side. There we go. Squeeze it. Squeeze these together. All right. So we've got our wires up on the top. I just want to squeeze these down just a little bit more. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3. So this ends up being 4 with that. So I've got to go around this one more time. See how tough this wire is getting now? There we go. Nice tight. All right, so I'm gonna take this and we're gonna cut those little tabs off. And then we're gonna fold this tab over so it's on the top of our band. And that way we have nothing sharp underneath to catch and, you know, dig our finger. Trying to keep my band as flat as I can. There we go. And then I will run these through the tumbler. So I will be doing another one. I'm trying to do a pair of earrings. Terry sent me some beautiful beads. And so there's going to be, you know, another 1 or 2 jewelry videos coming out fairly soon. There we go. I just wanted to tighten that up. All right. So I don't want no sharp bits. All right, so now we're gonna put it on our ring mandrel, and we're at about a 6.5. So I'm just gonna take my nylon pliers and I'm going to hammer the wraps and the top first. Just kind of getting those into place and nice and smooth. And we'll put it on the other way. So we're at a 7. And I'm just going to hammer and pull it down. And that is also going to, not only is it hardening the shank, but it's also tightening the ring, so everything is going to stay where it is. You know, it's not going to move. And I'm just going to flip it over again. And I'm actually going to use my chasing hammer. Because I want to make sure that these are smooth. All right, so we are just about at an 8. And that's our cute little ring. There's nothing rough. Everything is nice and smooth. And you have your nice 3-wire shank. So yeah, I think that's kind of cool, huh? And for the bracelet, right now, this is what I'm using for my bracelet mandrel. All right, so that one went together pretty good. So let's just do, all right. So I'm going to leave some on here because I don't know, oh. So let's take this around this way. And then I'll just cut. That looks about even. All right. So we have our wires, and they're laying nice and flat. They're not twisted, not crossed over. And then I'm gonna try to do this all on the can until I can get it nice and tight, because I think that was what I didn't do last time, and it made my bands a little bit off. So I just have to be careful when I'm squeezing on the can, that I'm not poking the can, because then I'll spring a leak. And then I'm just holding down and I'm twisting because I want it to stay, you know, fairly tight. This one's actually going better than the first one here. Now see, when I have a regular bracelet mandrel, it's going to make it easier because I can hammer on it, whereas, you know, obviously I'm not going to hammer on this can unless you guys want a really good laugh when it starts squirting all over me. All right, so I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger around than I did the first one. And again, I'm trying to keep it so they're laying beside each other. I can fix it once I pull it off with the pliers. So I'm trying to give myself enough that I know I'll be able to do a wrap. There we go. All right, and then we're going to just take it off of our can. And I'm going to squeeze my spirals because I want them flat. And I'm going to squeeze that middle down. And again, I'm going to try to bend, holding these. So I guess I'm going to end up ordering another phone stand like I have in my studio downstairs, so that when I do make jewelries up here, I'll have a better angle. So hopefully, all right, so there we go. And so far my bands seem to be staying together. So I'm just going to pull that one over and squeeze that down. All right, before I go too far, I'm going to do the other side as well to try to keep my, you know, my bands together. So I'm going to bring that start pulling that under. Now I lifted up my spiral, which I didn't want to do. There we go. All right, so let me wrap this. So if you can like squeeze it down each side when you're wrapping it, I find that works a little bit better. Like I said, it's been a while since I played with any jewelry, so it's gonna take a little bit. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, we got 4 wraps in. So let's go ahead and get this side. Make sure my wires are staying straight. All right, so 1, 2, 3, this will be the third one. Just kind of squeeze them together. All right, so my band stayed together pretty good. So we've got 3 wraps on each side. All right, now I'm going to cut this as close as I can because these are not flush cutters. Back that up a little. And this one's gonna go to the outside. This one's going to be a little bit on the underneath. Actually, let me just try to grab that and pull it back. Much better. There we go. All right, and since I don't have a bracelet mandrel, the only thing I have is this. So this is kind of how I And, you know, you can, it just makes it really hard to be able to do like the whole bracelet. But I want to make sure that I get my, you know, my metal. And I hold it better this way. So we'll just flip it over. Ouch. And there we go. Now we have a matching bracelet. And then just kind of flatten your little doothickeys out. So there. Then we have a bracelet, and this makes it pretty close to, this is like a 7-inch bracelet. But you have no sharp bits, no nothing. So you have your bracelet, and you have your ring. So that makes a cute little set. And then what I've been doing to box them up, I've got some like little ring boxes that I put my rings in. And I don't have, that's another one, different size. And then, you know, that's one of the bracelets. So I put a little tag with the size. And then for the thicker bracelets, they go in this box, and they also have the size. So that's kind of how I have been, you know, packaging them up. Like this one's a memory wire one. And these are the chakra ones. Like this is the heart chakra. So my heart is open to receive the energy of love. I radiate this essence. I walk through my past with ease and grace. So these are the chakra pendants with the natural stones with some beads. And that just, you know, it kind of helps you attract love and, you know, all that good stuff. So I have, I think, 6 of these left. Like this one here is the base chakra. Keep you grounded, scented, and purified with the natural stones. So yeah, I've got those. And then I have the different round ones, you know, with the 3 strands. So I've got quite a few. And then we have got this has got to be one of my favorites. But I am working on a new bracelet, which is going to take beads. I've got to master my bending and stuff for that. So once I can get that mastered, I will do another video and show you guys how I do that. Oh, goodness, I'm knocking everything over. So these are the little, they're just like little ring size tags. And you peel one side, it's sticky, and you put them. So I put them on my rings and my bracelets. And this was one of the other ones that I had done. So yeah, let me know what you would like to see. So there is a pair of earrings. And that's another pair of earrings. So yeah, I started playing around with one with the beads that Terry had got me. She got me a whole bunch of beads. So I'm thinking though, I want to do Where is it? Right here. I think I'm going to try and do these for a video. Because these are really, really cute. And I do have, you know, some different size. These are all beads that Terry got me over here. So I've got some different sizes, different colors. So I think, you know, these would make like really pretty earrings. So yeah. Alrighty, guys, that is it for today. Let me know what you think of this style. I am going to try to come up with something where we put maybe a few more spirals in. I don't know. I'm going to have to work on that to see, you know, how that would work. But I really like this set. I think it's going to be really cute. Alrighty, guys, I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.